Hey guys, Mr. Vintage here. Welcome back. It's been a while. We've been hella busy, but I'm here to bring you a hot, sticky, humid July update on what's going on in the world of Mr. Vintage restoration. This one's a big one. Gonna take you around and show you our latest project, and we're probably gonna be on this one for a minute. So let's get to it. Here she is. Welcome to the homestead. The farm, whatever you want to call it, it's home. We just recently purchased this beautiful fixer-upper. It's about a 1850's to 1860's Italianate Victorian Farmhouse. Been some additions, and she needs a bit of love, a little TLC, but we're going to take you through as best we can. We've been under construction, so excuse the mess. We don't normally live like trailer trash, but that's what we're doing. I take you in the front door, but it's locked, so we're going to take you down here into my temporary shop. This place is huge. I've got probably 3 garages and several more outbuildings now. This home has been off from the market since about 1964. The last time this house was sold, Lyndon B. Johnson was president. This estate, hey, there's our Oldsmobile. Big shout out to Ryan for bringing that back from Arizona for us. And we got her home, and we'll get to that. Little skid steer project I inherited with the property. Around front of the garage. This estate was a lot of work. Getting in this house was a lot of work. We knew the owners personally. The gentleman who lived here and passed away is actually the same one who owned the Oldsmobile. So he had a lot of cars, a lot of junk, quite the hoard. So we did an estate sale for these folks and cleaned the place out before we could even get in the door. We worked here for probably close to 3 months. Another one of the garages all filled up with our stuff because, well, I'll explain that why in just a little bit. Here is the eventual new home of Mr. Vintage Restoration. Got about a 40 by 50 shop here that needs a whole lot of TLC, but hey, you can't beat that view. Some of this stuff in here is ours, some of it is stuff that was left by the previous owners. We got a lot of cleanup to do here. Our Ford tractor has been, our 46 Ford N has been absolutely invaluable in cleaning up this estate. She's performed like a champ. You can see the video on that in some of my previous videos. Got our box truck sitting out there. Now we're going to take you on up into the house. Coming back around the house, my missus is working on disassembling this wheelchair ramp from the previous family that lived here. Lady had an incident, she needed a wheelchair. I'm working on repairing eaves. We've got a brand new metal roof coming next week. Believe it or not, this house was actually originally brick when it was built, but the previous owners tore the brick off when it went bad back in the 1980s. Coming into the house here, the story is that this house was at one time a stagecoach stop in our part of the world. You can imagine people would have come in, fireplace, entry room. This bedroom over here was originally the dining room. little bit of our stuff. Bathroom. So getting to the crux of why we're not actually fully moved into this house yet is because the previous owner back in the 1980s insulated this house with polystyrene beads, which is a great idea if it was true masonry construction. Unfortunately, in sticks and staples, it's extremely flammable and needs to be gotten out of the walls before we actually feel safe to move in here. So with that being said, we're coming in, removing walls. About in the 1960s, I was told most of the first floor was sheetrocked. The original plaster and lath is gone. Much of the original trim work and doors is gone. This is the only original door here on the first floor. Closet. This was originally a bedroom. Cool thing you notice, the ceilings are quite high in this room. In fact, they're not in this room because they dropped the entire ceiling on the first floor to conceal ductwork and plumbing and electrical and things like that. Times have changed since the 60s, so we are going to raise these ceilings back up to their original 10-foot mark. Take you down in the basement real quick. Not a lot to see down there. Ooh. This basement is pretty standard Michigan fieldstone basement. Here in our part of the world, we call this a Michigan basement. I don't know what everybody else in the rest of the world calls it, but I'd love to know in the comments. So let me know what you call a stone and typically dirt floor. Mine's been cemented basement in your part of the world. Dark over in this part, but rather large room. Crawl space here under this part of the kitchen. Looks like there's a very large cistern back there, but it's my understanding it's been partway filled in. I haven't climbed back there, but I'll have a chance to soon enough. Back out here on the front porch, like I said, you can tell the house was originally kind of a tannish brick color. You can see some of the bricks down there in the foundation of the porch. You can see the brick ledge along the exterior of the house. And if you look up at our corbels, you can see that they're actually somewhat far away from the side of the house because originally they would have come down and met the brick face. Unfortunately, that's gone, and replacing it is a little beyond the budget of Mr. Vintage. So probably next year we're going to re-side this house and try to pick a siding color that's pretty close to the original brick color. So with that, I'm going to take you upstairs. So going upstairs, we've stripped the carpet out of here, and I have to replace a lot of these original stair treads. They are cracked, broken in places. But for a house of this age, I'm just happy that the stairs are more stairs than a ladder. The upstairs of the house retains more of its original features, and it's a original 10-foot ceiling height. All of the bedrooms have large closets. The banister is pretty much the only really nice original woodwork left of the house. behind door number 1. Goes out into our attic over the kitchen. A little tough to see back there, but quite a bit of space. We're going to raise the ceilings up in the kitchen. There was actually a fire in this portion of the house over in the kitchen area back in probably the late 60s, early 1970s. So I'm sure that that will be very interesting once we get into that. Another bedroom here. Nice original doors. Nice big closet. My great-great-grandmother's dining room table. Another hall closet. This bedroom, they were in the process of turning into a bathroom years ago. The family that lived here from 1964 until they sold it to us actually had about 10 kids. So you can imagine there was a lot of foot traffic in this area of the house. And the biggest bedroom in the house actually has probably the smallest closet, but I guess there's worse problems to have. And that leaves us one place to go. Up. Not exactly the stairway to heaven, but hey, we're going up. So this part of the house was actually an addition in about 1985. Originally this house had a flat roof, and the previous gentleman decided that he did not want it to have a flat roof anymore, so he added the widow's walk to it. Pretty nice views out there. Look out over the fields. Provides me nice access to all the ceilings so I can rewire all of the lighting. And maybe eventually I'll turn this into a bar cave and a man cave and build myself a nice stairway. Here you can see the bags of insulation that they dump down into the walls. Polystyrene bead. What they did is they actually went out to the edges of the house, because old houses are built with balloon style construction. They proceeded to dump all of it down into the walls. So the notion is when we gut the first floor and remove the walls, it should come cascading out, and that will make a fairly comical effect, and you'll all get a chance to see that. So we've only got maybe one area left to show you of the house. It is hotter than the hinges of hell up here, so I'm getting out of here. So we're back down in the kitchen now. A lot of this work was done in the late 60s, early 70s, when there was the fire in the house. You can see bulkheads were a thing, the way they laid it out. The cabinets are old school built in. All of this is coming out. We're going to lay it out the way my missus wants. It was at that time they added a bathroom. Nothing much to see there. And that brings us here to the back room, to the washroom. And right out my back door is my home sweet home. Alright, so there you have it. That's the dirty nitty gritty, hot and sweaty of what Mr. Vintage has been up to, if you've been wondering. And looking forward to taking you guys along on this restoration project with me. It's been a dream of mine to have an old house. Looking forward to making this our forever home and raising my family here and living the rest of my days. That's what a forever home is. For now, we're living in the travel trailer, and my hope is within the next 3 to 4 months to have the downstairs of the house done so that we can move in and keep moving forward with making this our home. So in case you're wondering what it takes to make this dream happen, the answer is an awful lot. I closed up my shop and I took a job with Spartan Company as a truck mechanic. Here I am coming into work on the 4th of July. I usually punch in about 15 minutes before my shift. Hey, if you're not early, you're late. It's about 82 to 85 degrees in the shop. I roll out my box, get to work. Here I am doing a set of hubs on a trailer. You know, I've been a mechanic for over 20 years and pretty blessed to have my job at Spartan. Frankly, I've done harder jobs for less money. And every day I do that, it gets me one day closer to my dream. I start my days at 8 o'clock most mornings, and I work until midnight most nights, about 50 hours a week at Spartan, fixing trucks and trailers. Then I come home and I get up in the morning and get around quick and I work on the house, and that's pretty much how day-to-day life goes for me. But you know, it's okay, I enjoy it. This is no HGTV home renovation rebuild. There's no crew doing this job. Things don't get done unless I do them myself. And you know, it's not all bad. This is real life. This is how it works for most folks. So, you know, thanks for coming along with me and checking out my new digs, and I look forward to seeing you again on the farm real soon.